loves, welcome back to my channel. So you can't be watching me like that, actually. Like, you're like so today I'm going to have my first story time. So I'm going to share with you guys how I got hired at Sephora, why I left, and my experience there. I will say this: Sephora is, I've had a lot of jobs. Sephora is one of my favorite jobs that I've ever had, and I don't know if it wasn't only because of the free makeup. It's just the friendliness, the environment. It was so dope. But yeah, so the way I got hired at Sephora is I was actually at a job interview one day, and I was right down the block from Sephora in Columbus Circle. Mind you, I used to work right across the street, and when I used to work there, every week when I get paid, I would go and buy one item. And I was a little broke, so I couldn't really, like, you know, splurge. But I would always go buy one item, and I would always be like, oh my god, I would love to work here, I would love to work here, I would love to work here. Then years later, I was working there. So I was at a job interview, and then I was like, you know what, let me go drop off my resume, you know, let's just see, you know, want to test the waters. So I went, and I asked to speak to a manager. I spoke to a manager. I remember her name was Linda. She was like so dope. Like, when I say dope, she was mad cool, she was funny, yada yada yada. So we spoke. I gave her my resume. She was like, I want you to go home and apply online. I'm gonna take your resume, but I want you to go home and apply online. I went home. Like 2 days later, I got a call from one of the managers, and she was like, hey, you know, you left your resume, they spoke really highly of you, would you like to come in for an interview? I was like, oh my god, yes, like, why not? So I went in for an interview. It was actually a group, well, it was me and a guy who got interviewed. And you know, my thing is, if you're going to interview, dress for the part that you want. He literally went in jeans. Like, I had on black pants, I was all black. Like, I looked like I already worked there. So whatever, I was still nervous. I was like, oh my god, I didn't get the job because I don't have no experience. At that time, I was into makeup, but I wasn't as, you know, I didn't have that much knowledge like I have now. But you know, I had passion, and they saw the passion in me. So okay, so I had my first interview. I didn't think nothing of it. I didn't think I got the job. So I went. I didn't think anything of it, whatever. I got a call back. We want you to come in for a second interview. I was like, is this real? Like, is this really gonna happen? So whatever, I went to the second interview. I was very nervous still. I met with the store director, and she loved me apparently. She kind of told me that I was hired, but she didn't. So whatever, the interview went really well. Once again, I was just like, I didn't think I got the job. It took like maybe a week or so. Then I got a call. They were like, no, I'm lying. I called. I was like, hey, I'm just calling to follow up on my resume, because in my head I'm like, you know what, if I don't get the job, I have to keep looking. She was like, oh, you know, things are looking good. I'm like, what the fuck? What does that mean? What does that mean, things are looking good? So I waited, whatever. I'm checking my email one day, and I saw that I got an email like the day before from Sephora. I opened it, and it was, boom, it was the letter of, like, basically inviting me to work for them. I was like, I screamed so loud that my boyfriend literally got scared. He was like, what the fuck happened? Like, are you good? Like, what's going on? I was like, yo, I got the job. Like, I gotta go for, like, basically it's like an onboard thing. It's at one of their big locations in 34th Street. So every I got hired for seasonal. Every store that hired people, they had like their new employees there, you know, for the info session, whatever. I made sure I asked a lot of questions. I even won like some prize thing. It was so dope. Whatever, I was so excited, whatever. Come to find out, when I started working, they were giving me over 40 hours a week. And that's weird, right? Because it's like, you know, I'm seasonal, I'm new, you know, you would think other people getting more hours than me. I kind of had problems with some of the girls there, because they're like, why do you have more hours than me and you just started? And I'm sorry, I had to hit her with the, well, I get good reviews, I sell stuff, and I'm always smiling. You should try it. Whatever. So yeah, you know, I remember there would be days I would work 10-hour shifts. I would leave work at 11 at night, take the train home to be at work at 7 in the morning. Mind you, if I have to be at work at 7, I was waking up at 4, so I can 4:30, so I can have my makeup done by 5:45. Make sure my face, because you have to wear makeup every single day at Sephora. Like, you cannot work there and not wear makeup. Well, at least at the store that I work in. So, you know, to be there at 7. So makeup done at least by 5:30, 5:45, out the door by 6. I usually will take my clothes out the night before. And don't forget, I'm standing through my whole shift. Like, and you're not allowed to wear sneakers unless you got like a doctor's note, whatever, you know, giving you a reason why you need to wear shoes. I mean, not shoes, sneakers. So I would be tired, like tired. That's when I realized, honestly, retail is not for me. Like, I'm not used to like selling things, even though I'm really good at it. And I got amazing recommendations from the store director, from the store managers, like the employees. I remember I had helped this girl come, like she came to the store. I helped her because she had bought a lot of stuff she didn't need, whatever. I basically helped her out, and she spoke so good about me. I'm surprised I didn't get like a raise on the job at the spot. But yeah, so this, you know, it had its ups and its downs. I guess the downs were when you work retail, you don't get steady hours. You know, it's not like a 9 to 5, 7 to 3, which is what I'm always used to because I used to work in clinics. So that was kind of one of the bad things. The second bad thing was I was too friendly. Basically, like, I would kind of get into arguments sometimes with my coworkers because, you know, people will ask for me. People will be like, oh, you know, this girl and this girl helped me. And because I was only a cash rep, I wasn't allowed to really be on the floor. So like, they will always like bicker about that. But you know, the store managers or whatever, they never had a problem with it. But you know, sometimes there's always like little bochincheras and haters at the job, always, especially when you work with mostly females. My favorite part of this job was that I had a lot of good hours, so my check was looking beautiful. My discount, 20% off on anything in the store and 40% off on Sephora, on the Sephora line. So Christmas was looking lovely for everyone who liked makeup that year. Let me see. Gratis, oh my god. The gratis, and I guess because I worked in such a big store, put it like this, our store goal used to be like over 100,000 in a day. We had to sell over $100,000 in products. Can you believe that shit? Like, there'll be people coming in and spending over 1,000 just like that. And I'm like, goals. And the store used to get really packed because I worked in a very busy store and it was the holiday season, so the store would get really, really packed. So, you know, it was always busy. I was never bored. But like I was saying, gratis. Every time we'll have like a new, like a brand come and show us about the brand, we'll always get like the new product. Like, I remember I was getting Urban Decay palettes, Kat Von D lipsticks, eyeliners, creams, perfumes, all that stuff. And they always had like prizes and games for like the cash shops. Like, if you open this many Beauty Insider cards, you get to pick 3 items from gratis. Whatever. I remember I was getting like Marc Jacob foundations. I was getting blessed. So that was always a plus. I got along very well with my managers. I got along mostly very well with mostly everyone.
I missed my Marc Jacob foundation.
Yeah, I even got my sister Marc Jacob foundation. Let me see what else. Oh my god, and it'll be so funny when you catch someone stealing. Oh my god. Cause it's like, you can't go up to them, but you kind of have to signal it through the walkie-talkie. And you have to, like, you know, you have like secret code words, or you know, la da 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 da, this person's doing this and this here. I don't want to tell you because, you know, it's kind of fucked up for the store if I do that. So yeah, so like, I remember like they went up to a girl and they was like, you know, you're not allowed to be in the store anymore, so what are you doing here? Because I worked in a mall. So it's like, if you steal from the store, you have to make it out the store and then you have to make it out the mall. So, you know, whatever. They basically like embarrassed this girl in front of the whole store, and she just like had to leave. Like, she didn't even say anything, she just walked away. But yeah, so let me see what else. What else did I enjoy? My paycheck was popping. My gratis was popping. My hours were popping. My feet hurted. I even saw a celebrity once at my store. That was cool. It was like a Spanish celebrity, so nobody knew who he was. Let me see. Oh my god, and I learned more about makeup. I learned how to apply makeup better. I was always watching like the girls, you know, applying makeup on other people. Let me see what else. I guess I really can't say nothing bad about the company, because the good thing about Sephora is the good thing about Sephora is that you can grow with the company. If you really want to stay there, you can literally grow with the company. It's like, it's so many opportunities, you know. They offer you, like, you get to meet so many brands. I remember I met people who worked for Burberry, Guerlain, let me see, Marc Jacobs, Makeup Forever. You know, I would always ask questions, and they would always tell me, like, if you really want something, you just have to work hard for it, because that's how I got here. And I'm like, you know what, you're right. You know, one day my face is gonna be on one of these makeup billboards, or God willing, one day I'm gonna own my own line, you know. But I do have dreams that I want to achieve, and I feel like Sephora taught me so much, and I will always be grateful. Now, I left because it was seasonal. I had the opportunity of always going back. I was told by the store directors, the managers, everyone, they, like, you know, every hireable, they was like, if you want to come back, you can come back. You can reapply. Just come to the store, call us, let us know that you want to come back. And retail, that's when I learned retail's not for me. Like, I thought about it. I'm like, you know, I had another job offer. I started working with children. You know, I was a paraprofessional. I was working with children who needed extra help. And at that time, you know, I love kids. You know, I don't have kids, never know, but I love kids. So I was like, you know, I love makeup. Makeup is my passion, but honestly, I rather feel like I'm doing something. Meaning, like, I rather feel like I'm helping someone. So I told them, I was like, you know, this is not for me. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the, you know, amazing recommendations, but at this moment, I have other passions that I need to know if that's where my heart is. So I declined the full-time permanent position, and I went to working in schools. Do I regret it? No. Will I ever go back to Sephora? Probably. I was actually gonna work for Ulta, but that's a whole different story, and that's for another time. But like I said, retail is, if I can get a job telling me, all right, you work from this hour to this hour, then I'll be satisfied. But I don't like crazy schedules. I don't like coming out of work at 1 in the morning to be at work at 7 in the morning. I don't like that, especially when I live not so far, but pretty far. So, you know, I took the job as a paraprofessional. I enjoyed it. Actually, I stopped working when the school year was over, and then some things happened that I couldn't go back to work, but whatever. So yeah, so would I recommend you to apply for Sephora? If your passion is makeup and you're not there for the free makeup and you're there for your passion, like you have a passion for it, you enjoy helping people, you enjoy making people smile, then go for it. You know, no dream is ever too small. You know, I always told myself, I would never get a job at Sephora. But you know what? If you feel like you're applying online and they're not noticing you, go with a beat face. Like, make sure your face is beat, like you're glowing. You know, I'm all about that glow. Actually, I remember what lipstick and what highlighter I had on that day. For lipstick, I had Stone by MAC, and I had Champagne Pop for my highlighter. I remember that because it's like, I guess it was such a happy moment for me that I'm like, I have to remember that. Those are actually one of my favorite products, Champagne Pop and the Stone MAC, like whatever. I kind of need a new one, but whatever. So yeah, so if you have a dream, go for it. Don't ever let anyone tell you your dream is too big, because you know, all these, you know, famous people, they started like us. They had 0 followers in the beginning, and now look at them. That can be you. If it's something you really want to do, go for it. You know, and then if you realize it's not for you at the end, guess I hold out. But yeah, so basically that is my story time for you guys. I hope I kind of taught you a little bit something. And do not forget, if you enjoyed this video and if you enjoyed the information that I just shared with you, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to follow me on Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram, Gotti908. Bye guys!